Shippo. Shippo. Oh, you don't say. Oh. Okie dokie. Let's see here. What is today? The 28th of May? Perhaps. I think so. There we are. I've redone this experiment. I've gotten rid of most of the rotty bits, and then most of what remains has strong signs of life all about it. Let's see here, where? What am I looking at here? Try to, there we are. Yeah, that way we can see roots. Oh, I can't see the roots. Okay, they blend in really well. But yes, everything is alive. Well, almost everything. Everything that I didn't throw away. And not that one rotty bit that's translucent. I went ahead and chopped up my roses to make them a little smaller in the yard now that they're starting to recover. That way I can get some proper new growth on the bits out there and try to get some roots going in here. On all of these bits, they all seem to be sending out roots. Maybe not this one yet. Nah, doesn't feel like it. It looks like it might be trying to put out some roots. What is that? Oh, that's a bug. Okay. Yep, it's not sending out roots just yet. But I'm not gonna give up. Press it nice and firmly against that so that it can... Oh, you are just chasing me around. Oh. She is affectionate. That's some hardcore rumble. Oh. Oof. I do believe I've actually broken my left leg now. Blood all over the floor, too. Put my foot straight through one of my pots as of recent when I slipped last night. Landed very hard. So very hard. Hard enough to where I thought that I felt something break on impact. Yes. Finally went ahead and decided, not without a bit of wire, will this manage to hold itself close enough together to fuse. And the living veins shouldn't be obstructed by the wire itself, so there may be a tiny bit of difficult growth for this in the next 3 months, but after it gets used to its conditions, it should be more than perfect. Speaking of perfect, the color on this is just to die for. Let's get that in the sun, in the hopes that... Jesus, the camera really doesn't pick it up well. I can't even describe to you the color I see. It's deeper than red. It's brighter than red. It's got something else in there. And then, of course, this. Lots and lots of nice green growth. Super, super green. Evidence that we're getting lots of nutrients, lots of oxygen, lots of everything into these 4, which means that they have finally recovered from the damage I've done. Ah, this thing is beautiful. Look at that compared to my hand. That is just That is huge. That is a big ol' flower. That is a big ol' flower. Like, that's gotta be every bit of, like, a foot wide, at least 10 inches. 'Cause my hands are huge. And this delicate little thing, so beautiful, blood god maple, seems to be doing well. This is still infested with ants. That's okay. They're gardener ants, or at least that's what I'll call them. Little bitty black ants like dust, like moving grains of sand. Now, while I was over at my brother's, I went ahead and grabbed up a small clump of bamboo, and of course he warned me of the curse of the bamboo, because this is the running type. So I decided, yeah, I'd heed his advice and not put it in the ground, but just put it in a nice nice long pot. And, yeah, so I've repurposed my propagation bin to hold my bamboo. Now, let's see here. Right here, we've got pear. In fact, this one's going to make an amazing miniature tree someday. Let me get this in the light where it can be seen, so that you can see that the thickness of that root is about the same as my finger. And it's just marvelous. And then over here, of course, that's one more in the way of pear. I'll find out what type eventually. And then we've got a handful of American elms. This one in the corner is just a bit of root. And then the rest of them are all just a single elm sapling per pot. And some of them have some really interesting shape. Some of them have had more than enough time to recover to look fantastic, and others need some work. I do believe that that's all. Of course, this bin begins to mutate. I'm interested by what I see happening, that's for sure. I'm going to continue to just let it take off all on its own until until whatever is the final conclusion to this. But I am liking the way that things are looking. Man, just look at that color. You don't find that often in nature. So many interesting colors. Sempervivium. This one is cold hardy. It's the only cold hardy succulent that I have. Or maybe it's Sempervivum. It's either Sempervivum or Sempervivium. But it's the house leek. And it's named that because people used to grow them up on top of their houses. Because it was believed that it would protect your house from lightning. Because this strange little plant was blessed by Zeus himself. I accidentally kicked this one off of the front porch last night in my fall. Thankfully, the pot itself looks to be so insanely durable that it didn't take damage. And then look at this, tropical orange. It will end up looking beautiful. In fact, I could go further to say that it is already beautiful when viewed from the front. Or perhaps the front is on this side over here. Oh yeah, that feels much more like the front. Yeah, very miniature leaves, lots and lots of new growth, just everything you could want. Okay. Yeah, everything that you could possibly want. How many of you remember this? This is looking real good. I have not changed it in the slightest since the last you've seen. All it's doing is just taking off in growth, unlike what I ever expected to see. It's beautiful purple foliage. Beautiful purple foliage. Purple and green. Wonderful combo. Reminds me of purpur and prismarine. Thinking about that actually makes me miss it. I wonder, let me go turn on my video game.